Today's lesson is called Karlie Kloss, More Than Just a Pretty Face. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
I am Roger. Today we're going to continue talking about Karlie Kloss. Again, she's more than just a pretty face. She's a model, she's a computer geek, she's a Renaissance woman, she believes in sisterhood, she wanted to study to become a doctor or a scientist, but she chose a life of modeling instead. But she's done all sorts of stuff, and because she is so multi-talented, or because she's such a Renaissance woman, we've chosen to talk about her again today.
There you go. Karlie Kloss is more than just a pretty face. Now, she is super lucky. She was born with beautiful bone structure, and she's tall and thin, and she looks beautiful. Her face is beautiful and stuff like that. But she didn't set out to be a supermodel, even though she has those God-given gifts. No. She wanted to be a doctor or a scientist. She liked science and math and problem solving. She's a computer nerd and stuff like that. So she didn't set out to do any of these things. She's definitely more than just a pretty face, and that's why we are talking about her today once again. This Karlie Kloss character, she breaks the mold, she's awesome, she's cool, and she's definitely worth your time. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Kloss credits her confident look to a philosophy of taking care of herself, eating right, and working out to stay energized. She also meditates, believing that maintaining both a healthy body and a healthy mind is essential to her good looks. Equally important to Kloss are education and knowledge, which she calls superpowers. She strives to challenge herself to always move forward, learn more, and do better. In 2014, Kloss began taking classes on coding, a subject she didn't get to take during her school years. She even ended her modeling contract with Victoria's Secret to study at New York University.
各位好，首先第一部分我们看到片语 credit something to somebody or something， 意思是将点点点归功于某人或某事。例如 Thomas credited his success to his parents' teaching. Thomas 将他的成就归功于父母亲的教导。而 credit 在这里当动词使用，表示认为是点点点的功劳，把点点点归于点点点。所以可以说 I credit Leslie with the success of this project. It would not have been possible without her hard work. 我把这份报告的成功归于 Leslie. 没有她的努力，不可能会有这样的成绩。接下来我们看到的单字是动词 energize， 有使精力充沛、充满活力的意思。例如 The new challenging assignment energized the team to do their best work yet. 新的困难任务激励了那个团队空前的全力以赴。而文中看到的是 energize 字尾加上 d 为过去分词当作形容词使用，意指精力充沛的。举一个同样的用法的例子 After my afternoon nap, I felt alert and energized. 午睡后我感到反应灵敏，精力充沛。再来的单字是 meditate， 这个字是动词，表示冥想、沉思。例如 After work, Jenny always meditates to help her relax. 下班后 Jenny 总会冥想来帮助自己放松。而 meditate 还有另一个意思，表示计划、企图。所以可以说 After a year of working abroad, Marco meditates a trip back to his hometown. 经过1年在海外的打拼 Marco 计划一趟返乡之旅。接着我们看到的单字是名词 superpower， 指的是超能力，像是 People believe that superpowers will only appear in comic books. 人们相信超能力只会出现在漫画书中。而 superpower 另外还有强权、强国的意思，像是 Many economists say that China will be the new superpower within a few years. 许多经济学者认为中国在几年内会成为新的强权国家。
It's time for us now to discuss the first paragraph of today's lesson. Let's continue to talk about Carly Kloss. Why does she have such a confident look? Why is she so confident? Well, Kloss credits her confident look to a philosophy of taking care of herself, eating right, and working out to stay energized. So, yes, of course, if you want to be successful in business, you need to be confident. You need to look like you know what you're doing. You don't want to look like you're puzzled about things or that you're not sure about what you're doing. You need to look confident. You need to have confidence. And if you credit something, that means that's your explanation. She credits her confident look to a philosophy of various things. Philosophy here could refer to the study of various philosophers over the last several thousand years on the meaning of life and stuff like that, why we're here, philosophers such as Socrates, Plato, and in China, of course, you've got Lao Tzu and Zhuangzi and people like that. They, of course, were masters of philosophy.
Yeah, but that's not exactly the case here. Carly Kloss is smart, but I don't think she's a philosopher. I don't even think that she would call herself a philosopher. But yes, philosophy is that subject that studies life's big questions. Why are we here? What is the meaning of life? What is truth? But again, that's not the case here. Here, a philosophy is more like a personal philosophy. It's the way that you think or feel about something, especially if this helps to guide you, helps you to make decisions, etc. So, everyone sees Carly Kloss as this really confident person. Well, how? How have you become so confident, Carly? And she'll say, hey, it has everything to do with my personal philosophy and the way that I see the world, these set of principles that I live by. I take care of myself, I eat right, and I work out, okay? These are parts of my personal philosophy, and this makes me the confident person that I am. These things are responsible for my confidence, or I credit my confidence to these things. Now, that's not all. She does take care of herself. She does eat well, and she works out, but she also meditates, believing that maintaining both a healthy body and a healthy mind is essential to her good looks. Now, here you have the word essential. If something is essential, it's vital, it's critical, it's necessary, it's super important. You can't go without this thing. So she says that a healthy mind is essential to her good looks. That is, her mind has to be healthy for her to look good. So there you go. She takes care of both her body by working out and eating right, but then she takes care of her mind by meditating as well.
That's right. These are all things that are essential to her good look. She can't go without these things. If she doesn't have them, she's not going to be the popular model that she is. They are essential, extremely important. Now, equally important to Kloss are education and knowledge, which she calls superpowers. Superpower, power, but it's also super. It's an extra strong power. It's extra essential. It's extra important. And this is all about education and knowledge. You need to keep learning things all the time. You can't depend on just your pretty face. You need to keep reading. You need to keep studying. You need to keep talking to people and listening to people. All these things are superpowers. That's her own word here. She believes these things are extremely important. Again, they are essential.
There you go. And girls out there, pay attention to Carly Kloss, okay? She has everything that you could ever want as far as looks are concerned. But even she realizes that these things won't last forever. Unlike education and knowledge, they'll be with you forever. And for this reason, Carly Kloss, she strives to challenge herself to always move forward, learn more, and do better. Now, here we've got this verb strive to talk about. To strive is to work hard to achieve something hard. For example, he strove to become the top salesman at the company. He worked hard in order to do this. And guys, we're not joking here. Karlie Kloss does not phone her life in, even though she does have it made, okay? She could show up somewhere, just show her face, and make a bunch of money. But she wants to be more than just a pretty face, okay? So she strives to challenge herself. She works hard to develop both her knowledge base and to get an education as well. Remember, education is a lifelong process, even for supermodels.
Indeed. So again, she's striving forward. She's continuing to improve herself. She wants to challenge herself, move forward, learn more, do better. In 2014, Kloss began taking classes on coding, a subject she didn't get to take during her school years. I guess that's because she started to become a model. She didn't have time to take these classes. She did want to take classes on coding when she was younger. Coding that has to do with computers, right?
Yeah, she started modeling and she couldn't code, but she also wanted to start coding again because she's a nerd. She's a computer geek. She likes computers. And let's say you want to write a computer program because you are a computer nerd. Well, if that's the case, you are going to have to learn how to code. You're going to have to learn to code and to write in a computer language like JavaScript or Python or BASIC or C++ or C# or Objective-C or something like that. Those are computer programming languages, and if you write in these languages, you are coding. Anyways, yes, because she's a nerd. In 2014, Kloss began taking classes on coding, and yes, she even ended her modeling contract with Victoria's Secret to study at New York University. So she left that part of her career behind because she wanted to pursue higher education. How cool. All right, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be back soon.
Her interest led her to start up Code with Klossy, a nonprofit organization that holds summer camps to teach coding to girls and give them a dose of that famous Klossy confidence. The organization is now in its 4th year of offering scholarships and training and has already produced positive results. One group of students went on to win a $50,000 prize for creating an app to help their local homeless community. Kloss hopes to expand to a year-round program in the future.
第二部分，我们看到今天的最后一个单字 non-profit， 这个形容词表示非盈利的。例如 The non-profit organization helps homeless women with children。 这个非盈利的组织帮助带着孩子无家可归的妇女。也可以说 This church is a non-profit organization that helps poor people。 这个教会是一个帮助贫穷百姓的非盈利组织。
Okay, let's continue with our lesson. I suppose that's the computer geek part of her personality, wanting to study coding. And her interest in coding led her to start up Code with Klossy, a nonprofit organization that holds summer camps to teach coding to girls and give them a dose of that famous Klossy confidence. Okay, so again here, she began this program, Code with Klossy. Because her name is spelled with a K, she's spelling the word code with the letter K. Code, K-O-D-E, with Klossy. What is that? Well, that's a non-profit organization. An organization that is not established to be a business to make a ton of money. It's been established in order to help people. A non-profit organization. And they have these summer camps, classes or camps where girls can go to and attend classes and learn about coding. And they can also have a dose of that Klossy confidence. So here we've got the phrase, a dose of something. That just means a certain amount of something. It's usually used when we talk about medicine, a dose of medicine. Here you'll need to take a dose of this medicine in order to get better.
So there you go. She has started up a non-profit organization for young girls. She wants them to learn how to code and to be confident as well. So she set this stuff up and she holds summer camps. And by the way, these summer camps, I should say, they make no money for Karlie Kloss. She's doing this because she really believes in it. How about that? Now, more on Code with Klossy, this non-profit organization. This organization, the organization, is now in its 4th year of offering scholarships and training and has already produced positive results. One group of students went on to win a $50,000 prize for creating an app to help their local homeless community. So there you go. When you code, you use a computer language or a computer programming language in order to create programs, computer programs, parts of a computer software or pieces of computer software, I should say, that can actually do stuff. Now, on a smartphone, let's say, or on a Mac computer, that program is called an app. You write an app when you code or write in computer code. And apparently, one group of students that apparently went to her Code with Klossy camps, one group of students actually ended up winning a bunch of money because they created an app, they coded and made this program that helped their local homeless community. This app apparently helped homeless people. How about that? Now, here we have the word community. Here, the word community refers to a group of people who live together in some area. Yeah, usually when you're talking about a community, you're talking about people who live together or who are associated with one another in some way. So here we're talking about kids making this app. And they live in some place. Now, in that place, there's a group of people who are homeless and are connected to each other because they are homeless. They share this trait. That's what we're talking about here. That would be the homeless community in this particular situation.
Indeed. So this group of people who are homeless in a particular community, and they have this computer program for smartphones, this app. This is designed to help people who are homeless. And Kloss hopes to expand to a year-round program in the future. Right now, again, it's just for the summer. It's for summer camps to have these girls come and learn things about coding or perhaps other things. And hey, they've actually had some results here, coming out with an app to help out the homeless community or homeless people. And again, she wants to expand it. She wants to make it bigger and make it a year-round program, not just for the summer. Year-round means all year round. Some people in the world have to go to school year-round. They don't get summer vacation, for example.
There you go. And very simply, to expand something is to make that thing bigger or to grow that thing. And very often people do use this word when they're talking about a growing business. You might say, yes, we're expanding our operations this year. Not only will we service the Taiwan market, but markets in Japan and Malaysia as well. Wow, it sounds like a rapidly growing business to me. They are expanding their operations all over Asia. All right, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Whatever Karlie Kloss does next, one thing seems certain. She'll continue putting the super in supermodel.
Okay, here's the final sentence, or the final part of our lesson for today. It says, whatever Karlie Kloss does next, one thing seems certain. She'll continue putting the super in supermodel. Interesting. So it doesn't matter what she does next. No matter what she does, one thing is for sure. She will continue doing this thing to put the super in supermodel. No, she's not working for a dictionary coming up with new words. When we say this, put the super in supermodel, you're saying that you are the one who makes this thing extra special. You could use this as an advertising phrase for your restaurant, for example. Say you run a bakery and you make some really wonderful cheesecake. You could say, hey, our bakery puts the cheese in cheesecake. In other words, our cheesecake is really, really good, especially the cheese.
There you go. Anyways, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Carly Kloss breaks the mold. Not long ago, a supermodel was just a top model. But Carly Kloss is a super individual. She breaks the mold. She's more than just a pretty face. So in that way, yes, she does put the super in supermodel. She's more than just a top model. She's a super individual. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to say bye-bye for now. But sit tight. The Chinese teacher is on her way.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分有一个句子是 Equally important to class are education and knowledge, which cause superpowers. 对 class 而言，同样重要的是教育与知识，它称之为超能力。好，这边我要介绍的是主词补语的倒装。当句子里面的主词比较长啊，或者是带有比较长的修饰语的时候，我们可以把主词补语移到句首，然后再把 be 动词移到主词的前面来形成倒装。倒装之后的句型就会变成主词补语加 be 动词加主词。好，那在用这个句型的时候呢，主词补语你可以用现在分词、过去分词，或是形容词，或者是介系词片语。举例来说 A woman wearing a white dress is walking up the stairs. 一名穿着白色洋装的女子走上楼。好，那这个例句它的主词就是 a woman，后面的 wearing a white dress 是主词的修饰语。那至于 walking up the stairs 就表示主词补语。我们把主词补语移到句首，然后把 be 动词 is 移到主词和它的修饰语前方，那这时候句子就会念作 Walking up the stairs is a woman wearing a white dress. 好，这时候回头来看课文的句子，它本来可以还原成 Education and knowledge which cause superpowers are equally important to class. 那这个句子的主词是 education and knowledge, 教育与知识。那后方的关系子句 which cause superpowers 是用来修饰主词，对它做补充说明，补充说 class 把它们称为超能力。好，至于 equally important to class 是主词补语。好，那这时候因为这个句子它带有比较长的这个主词修饰语，所以我们把主词补语移到句首，再把 be 动词 are 移到主词和它的修饰语前方，这时候句子就变成Equally important to class are education and knowledge, which cause superpowers. 好，课文第二部分提到 class 有创立一个非营利组织，那今年是这个组织提供奖学金和培训的第4年，而且已经有产生正面的结果了。他说 One group of students went on to win a $50,000 prize for creating an app to help their local homeless community. 其中一群学生接着又开发一个帮助当地游民社群的应用程式，而赢得$5万奖金。那这边要帮同学们补充片语动词 go on 的用法。好，首先 go on 后面可以接不定词，或者是用 go on 接 to 加名词，这表示说在完成某件事之后呢，继续接着去做另外一件事。举例来说 After he finished the first book, Greg went on to read the next one. Greg 在看完第一本书之后，他又继续接着去看下一本。好，那么第二种用法是用 go on 加上动名词，或者是用 go on 加 with 加名词，这表示继续做之前在做的事。像是 The speaker paused for a moment and then went on with her speech. 那位演讲者暂停了一下，接着又继续演讲。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Philosophy. Steve Jobs' philosophy was that you should never let other people's opinions stop you from following what your heart tells you to do. Essential. The people living in areas affected by war often lose access to essential medicines. Strive. Every time there is a major event, news networks strive to be the first to cover the story. Community. After living abroad for many years in different countries, Brett felt he was a member of the global community rather than any specific one. Expand. The company will expand to the whole of Asia over the next 10 years.
Discussion starter starts now.
Here's our discussion starter for today, and the question is, are there any other people that you consider to be a Renaissance man or woman?
Oh, of course. I think of my mother as being a Renaissance woman because she could do it all, okay? She was valedictorian of her high school and went on to get a really good college education. On top of that, she raised us and taught us to do everything as well. So to this very day, I can play the piano, I can write, I can talk about science with someone, let's say, all because of my mom. She taught me to do it all.
Well, to me, my Uncle Chet is a Renaissance man because he's done everything. He fought in wars, he studied for his PhD, he's traveled around the world, he's made friends with all sorts of political leaders. He's done basically everything. You name it, he's done it. He's a real Renaissance man.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.